Okay, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're coming in from around the world. We are super excited to be on here. Happy New Year to those of you who haven't said Happy New Year to you yet. Great to see everybody. Super
Happy
excited to be
New
able to share today and talk with some people. So yes, so Happy New Year.
Year.
It's great to see you. Yes.
Hey, thanks.
Good to
Good,
see you.
good.
I'm trying to
Joy,
speak. Hey there.
Hi
hey, good
there.
to see you.
We
Ladies,
are
you're amazing.
moving. Yes.
So we're going to get started. So what's exciting is that obviously we got people coming in from all over the world, which is fantastic. And so if you had somebody here that you said, hey, with the meeting, we had a miscommunication, and some of the people got a message saying that the meeting's starting at 1 o'clock. So if they're expected to be on, please shoot a message, say, hey, we're getting started now. Sorry, the miscommunication was an hour later. The next level meeting that we do for the training is actually an hour from now. So I'll have my wife introduce herself, and then we'll kick it off real quick.
So we are Greg and Minna Warmbier, and we're coming to you out of Florida, not South Africa. We were
Yep.
there for the last few weeks, and now back in the United States, and excited for the new year. And so we do hope and pray that you've all thought about what it is that you want this year, and some of you may be here on the Zoom for the first time, and you've not seen us or heard anything about what we're about to share with you. But someone has invited you, and if you are here for the first time, please put in the chat who invited you. We'd love to obviously connect with you and give you all the information that you need. And the other thing is, it's all about what it is that you want, because you wouldn't be here if there wasn't something that you're looking for. So
Yep.
we're going to share some great information with you. It's a presentation, so there'll be limited interaction. But do write down all your questions and get back with the person that invited you. And the other thing is you want to take a lot of notes.
Yep.
So make sure you've got a pen and paper, and do call a friend. Don't leave anybody out.
Absolutely.
This is the year we're going to be all inclusive, and we're going to invite everybody that we know
Absolutely.
and share the
Yes.
secrets
Absolutely.
of what we have our hand on.
Yeah. And so what's interesting is that, like, give you a little background on us once again, like my wife maybe mentioned, was that she's an attorney from South Africa. I've actually been a business consultant here in the United States for over 30 years, working with business owners, helping them save money in their operating expenses and taking that money and putting it into creative marketing. So helping companies scale. So I understand traditional business very well. I've had some companies, never a traditional business with all the expenses of the employees and stuff like that, but I understood I never wanted to do that. That's me personally. And so when my friend told us about this amazing technology, I had a reason to use it specifically because I had a car accident back in 2016 when someone plowed into the back of my car. Everybody came to a very fast stop on the road, and the car plowed in the back of my car going about 60 miles an hour, which is about 100 kilometers an hour, totaled my car, damaged my neck, my shoulder, my back, and literally that day, everything changed. Months later, or basically a couple of years later, on 9/11/2021, I injured my knee in an exercise that we did, which affected my right hip. So I had 5 areas of challenges, and literally I was looking for solutions. So if you can imagine, chiropractor, acupuncture, acupressure, everything imaginable, spending $500, $600, sometimes $700 a month on all types of different treatments. When my friend told me about this stem cell activation patch, I'm like, very interested, let me try it. I was not interested from a business standpoint at first, but Lily said, well, let me try it. Well, 3 days later, no issues with my neck, my shoulder, my back, my knee, my hip. I'm like, what in the world is this? How does this work? I was unlocked. I'm like going, I can move like I couldn't move before. I told my wife about it. She goes, go get checked out by your doctor. So we started researching it, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I'm going to play a really quick video that explains more about in 3 minutes than I could probably explain, in like 30 minutes. But the first thing you want to know is, have you been patched yet? If you haven't been patched yet, you're definitely going to want to get back to the person that actually talked to you about this, because we're going to talk about how this elevates copper peptides in your body, activates stem cells, and regenerates your body. So check out this quick 3-minute video, and then we'll get started. Here you go.
In a world searching for answers, one discovery is changing everything. A patch, no bigger than a quarter, built not to treat symptoms, but to wake up the healer inside you. This is X39, a wearable, light-activated patch. Designed by David Schmidt, an inventor with over 200 patents. His mission? to reverse aging naturally. This isn't science fiction. It's stem cell activation without injections, without pills. Your body repairing itself. The results? Life-changing energy, recovery, sleep, relief. And the medical world? It's taking notice. Still skeptical? Visit thisisitinfo.com. You'll find the studies, the patents, the proof. It's all there. But there's more. This tiny patch isn't just transforming lives, it's creating freedom. Because behind it is a business model built for the bold. Real people, real results. Income that scales with impact. And here's why. Because this breakthrough technology is patented and exclusive, it offers a lucrative business plan that allows you to compound your efforts. More people than ever are struggling in today's economy. You can no longer rely on your own sweat equity alone to make a living. This business model allows you to duplicate yourself and, even better, to benefit from other people's efforts. So your income no longer depends solely on you. By duplicating yourself over and over, the income potential is far greater than a conventional job, career, or profession. And you're never alone. The This Is It system gives you the tools, the path, the team. All you have to do is start. The question is no longer if it works, it's whether you'll act or let this moment pass. Will you keep waiting or finally feel your body come alive again? Will you stay financially stuck or build something that lasts? Isn't it time to start living life on your own terms? The This Is It action plan will set you on a path to live out the dreams you have for your family. Get back with the person who shared this video so you can experience the age-reversing health and the exciting lifestyle that thousands are already enjoying. This is the technology, this is the team, and this is your moment. This is it.
Fantastic. So hopefully that made a little more sense because of all the different things that we're doing. And it's amazing that actually you saw in the video, I started researching the company, didn't know anything about the company, didn't know anything about the product. And they kept on seeing about David Schmidt and started researching more about him. I saw a bunch of videos that Ken had sent me that talked about the CEO, the inventor, X39. And then just recently in the past like 6-9 months, he was recognized as having over 200 patents. We knew he had over 130 patents at that time, but he's a scientist and an inventor. Now think about that for a second. He's basically looks at different things, specializing in age reversing, because he said, I want to help people around the world. So he said, now today, he goes, I want to get this product into 1 billion households. That's one of the reasons we talk, I wear the shirt 1 million strong for our team that we're doing. But basically in 2008, he focused essentially on stem cell research because he knew that was the key to reverse aging. And this one product took 10 years. $4.5 million worth of research development. And my wife still was skeptical, but I sent her the information. But when she saw the patent, that's when everything changed.
Yeah, so being an attorney, you don't really believe anybody, you think you know everything. But, Greg's results were undeniable, and I was then open to taking a look at the website, and I saw that the product is patented, and I understand a lot of my colleagues they specialize in registering patents, and you cannot get a patent on a product unless it's one of a kind. You also cannot get a patent unless you prove that everything that's written in there, in this legal document, it gets a number, it's stamped, you can actually go and take a look at it and read it. And a lot of you who have seen the website have possibly seen the patent and read through the patent as well. But, I started to take a look at it, and I saw things that I really liked just for myself. And I said, you can't patent and say these things without proving that they in fact do happen. And just a few short things in this paragraph, it talks about phototherapy for the human body, elevating copper peptide. I knew nothing about that, but I've since learned that it's important, including activation of stem cells, improvement in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, which is something I was looking for, management of pain, improvement in stamina an elevation of collagen production. A lot of us ladies are buying every type of collagen we can, and improved wound healing. So I was like, it's not going to harm me. I mean, the results Greg had were undeniable, and I'd seen the difference. So why, I don't want to be left out. And so I jumped on board.
Yeah. And so, go ahead, sorry.
So why X39? Why are we even talking to people about this? Okay. Well, I didn't know this. I thought, I knew about stem cells, but I didn't really know their function. But they make up every organ in our body. That's everything. And as we age, our stem cells become dormant. At 30, only 50% of our stem cells are active. So, I'm past the age of 30 and I didn't want my stem cells to be inactive. And at 60, less than 10% of our stem cells are active. And so, it makes sense that everybody needs this because everybody has stem cells.
It's amazing. And so really opportunity happens by creating solutions. So David Schmidt was creating solutions. And one of the biggest problems that he wanted to solve for people is no one knows their stem cells are going dormant. We're just feeling it, right? We all feel it as we age. I've had people in their 20s going, I just feel old. I'm like, wait till you get in your 50s. Anyway, so, but again, the solution to this is the stem cell reactivation. So that's what took 10 years to do that. We're going to talk more about that. But so many people are also struggling financially. And so this actually is, we have an income generating business. We're going to talk more about that in the second part of the meeting, talking about, once again, because we're looking for people who want to also share this. You might be interested in just using the product. I was just interested in using the product at first, but then I saw the opportunity, and that's why we want to share that, with you. So how X39 works pretty easily. It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. So we all experience phototherapy, or basically a word called photobiomodulation is a word I used, or I learned, I should say. And basically we live in the sunshine state. So the sun, you've kind of seen, is coming kind of through the window. But again, if I go outside, the sun's rays hit our skin, which is our biggest organ in our body, and elevates things in our body, like vitamin D, right? So what happens, we all know we get vitamin D from the sun, and that helps us in a lot of different areas. There's a lot of other things that it does, but it's not pushing out vitamin D, it's pushing out a frequency of light that interacts with our skin and elevates the vitamin D in our body. Well, this has got patented nanocrystal technology in it. So when you peel it and stick it, you basically can put it anywhere in your body. So I've got it on my wrist right now. I normally wear it on the back of my neck, but I put it on my wrist just for demonstration purposes instead of me turning around. But once you peel it off, then now those organic nanocrystals specifically reflect our own body's heat and light. There's no drugs, there's no chemicals or stimulants. So it reflects our light to activate, and it reflects a very specific frequency. That's what took 10 years to develop. It's non-transdermal, nothing goes in the skin. So it's not like a nicotine patch or something like that. There's nothing in it goes in your skin, and it's non-invasive. So that is one of the biggest things when we talk to people about this. We will make sure they understand this is something that's very simple. Peel and stick and put it on, and it starts working right away. Oops, here we go.
So the benefits of X39, I got pretty excited when I saw the slide, because I realized that everything that is on the slide we have experienced and more. Increased strength, definitely one. Reduced inflammation, that within the first few weeks I noticed it. Increased stamina, energy and vitality. We hear that from a lot of people within the first few days. Oh my gosh, I have so much energy. Mental clarity. We were hearing from a lot of people about brain fog and not remembering and things like that. And now, just having the clarity. Restored muscle and skeletal conditions, improved sleep. I mean, even just this last few, we've just traveled, and usually it's a jet lag thing, and can't sleep at certain times on a plane. You can't sleep. It's long flights and things like that. And I always struggled to sleep on a plane. I always struggled when I arrived there, when I came back, and things like that, in different beds. And no, I just said to Greg the other day, I cannot believe it. I'm sleeping like a log. I mean, I don't know if you use that term in the United States, but you just like put your head on the pillow and you're gone, and you wake up refreshed and so on. And that happened for me. Many years I had not slept for many, many years. Improved skin appearance, and we're seeing that with a lot of people. I mean, in South Africa, I was doing some Christmas shopping, and you're going to these stores, and the makeup counters and the beauty counters and all these things, and these women were like, your skin is like so clear and glowing and everything. And I'm like, can I show you what it is? So, it becomes a talking point because people see it, and you don't even have to go out there and share it. They just see it. So it's just amazing what has happened. You know, David talks about achieving optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being.
Do you want to read the little thing on the bottom?
And LifeWave products, these are disclosures. We have to give our disclosures. LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. So we're not telling you that, you know, if you've got a condition today, it's going to be gone tomorrow. No. But we have realized, you know, with lots of friends and people that are using this product, that they've had great results.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the one thing about this long-term results, you can go to the website. We're going to mention this a couple of different times. ThisIsItInfo.com. The long-term results are on there. They talk about, once again, the case studies, everything else. Well, per the case studies, actually, one thing they realize is this actually starts resetting genes. Actually 4,000 of them, which is about 1/3 of our genes that we have. I still don't understand that. All I do is, I know they talk about this going, basically your body going into a reboot. And they said, imagine that your phone or your computer's locking up. What do? Do you keep on working on it, or do you reboot it? Well, when you reboot it, it kind of goes back to the original operating system. And what's interesting about that is that your body does it. I felt it. I noticed right away. I'm like going, I feel different. I mean, it's like, and that's within days. The second thing that happens, your brain becomes balanced. They've done a lot of studies, and they talk about, once again, brain balances, the studies they've seen within like 6 weeks or so. And again, that makes a big difference. Collagen levels increase within months. The one thing we've seen 100, 200, 300%, increases in collagen levels from different studies they've done, and then heart reverses in age. So the biggest part to all these different things is your body starts acting healthier and healthier the longer that you use it. Some of the different studies they've done have been 6-month studies and growing from there. That's what David said. This is not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And it's a pretty bold statement, but it is based upon science, it's based upon fact. The tests they can do, they can prove it scientifically, and you will feel it naturally when you start doing that. So how we wear X39 is pretty simple. I mentioned before, you can put it anywhere on your body. There's a couple of hot spots I recommend. The back of the neck, if you feel in the back of your neck, there's basically a bump back there. That's your C7. That's where the central nervous system kind of connects to the rest of your body. I learned that from my chiropractor. And he goes, another hot spot is obviously below the belly button, because once again, gut health is a big part of that. But there's all these different things that make a big difference. Again, I've got it around my wrist. It's working the same here as it works there, but there's a couple of hot spots. But you want to wear it 12 hours a day. So your body elevates, activates, and regenerates. So I put it on at 9 o'clock in the morning. I take it off at 9 o'clock at night. This morning at 9 a.m. I said, put on X39. Tonight at 9 o'clock, my alarm will go off and say, take off X39. Pretty simple. Take it off, throw it out, put a new patch. In fact, it's like like I said, it's pretty simple. You can peel it, stick it, and of course it's pretty sticky, so it'll basically, if I need to put it back on, I can do that. But again, it's really meant to wear just 12 hours a day. So the biggest part of this more than anything else is when you remove it, you need your body to rest, repair, and rejuvenate at night. And that's what we recommend. So again, that's some of the things, there's some benefits, to it itself. So the testimonies of X39 are very emotional and life-changing. And so one thing we do is we could go over a lot of testimonials. We could talk about all the different people and stuff like that, the literally thousands of testimonials personally that we have. And one thing that I want to do is kind of highlight a couple things, and I'm going to play a real quick video. So the very first thing is that Dr. Adam Schein, a lot of people say, well, are doctors utilizing this? Yes, all over the world. And so the part that I love about this is Dr. Adam Schein was actually out of Tampa. My wife and I got a chance to meet him and speak with him at an event. And basically he was talking about how he actually, with the laser plastic surgery that he does, normally recovery time is normally 6 to 8 weeks. So figure a month and a half to 2 months prior to using the patch. And he said, then he heard about the healing properties of this. And he said, well, I bet if I use it, I could probably shorten that time frame for healing. Well, he did. In fact, he sends a sleeve out 30 days prior to the actual procedures. And then all of a sudden, by doing that, now the healing time is an average of 7 to 10 days. It went from a month and a half to 2 months to 7 to 10 days. So he says, you want to work with me? You must, use this patch. Another doctor is Dr. Leland Stillman. He's actually right on This Is It Team, or This Is It Info website. And you can hear the interview with him. And he talks about it. First, when he heard about it, he's like, what's this little tiny patch going to do? And then he started researching and saying, well, wait a minute, the stuff that he's an expert in light therapy. He's got all these red light therapy beds and all these different things he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on so that people can come to him and lay in these beds for 10, 15, 20 minutes. He goes, that's high level stimulation for 10, 15, 20 minutes. He said, this is actually low level stimulation for 12 hours a day. He said, I bet it work in conjunction really well. He was blown away. You got to watch the video. He said, you want to work with me? You got to get results. In fact, we're going to hear from him in just a second. But the one thing is that I've got a quick video I figured I'd play that basically shared. There's really 4 different doctors kind of just wrapping up an hour-long conversation. They had an hour-long interview they had, but just 4 minutes long that talks about why they're using this and explains a little bit more.
I just wanted to say, talking about testimonies, Joan has put in the chat here, and Joan got started with the product just late last year, I believe. And she says she's sleeping 7 to 8 hours uninterrupted, deep sleep since starting the patches, and it feels so good. And that's exactly how I felt. And Jason also, he says, I used to sleep 3 to 4 hours, now 6 to 8. So these are people that are on the Zoom that are using this product. It's coming from them, So what we're telling you, other people are experiencing.
We're going to start a LifeWave sleep club. Yes, it's amazing. So I love it because that's the same thing with me. I get amazing sleep, and that's what's awesome. I was thinking about my wife talking about sleeping like a log as long as she's not sawing logs. But anyway, but it's awesome. So I thank you guys for sharing. And again, if you have other people that want to share something in there, some comments about that, that is absolutely amazing. And also, if you have questions, feel free to put those in there. We might get a chance at the very end to answer them. We're not sure, but definitely the person who actually invited you would be able to answer those questions for you. So let me play this real quick video. It's only 4 minutes long. Here you go.
Dr. Dodge, what about you? What makes this special?
I think really echoing that, this is the most powerful piece of medical technology I've come across in my practice, and that's over 20 years. So I think being able to reverse and see the testimonies of reversal of aging, reversal of disease that are otherwise untreatable, or that people and other doctors even give up on, this is new hope. It's new hope in the form of a patch that is so simple to offer if you're a healthcare professional, but you don't even have to be. A friend or a family member can begin to offer this to other friends, family members. So harnessing the power of the stem cells really in your pocket, and transforming your life in such a simple but profound way.
It's great. Dr. Stillman?
The funny thing is, I think the most compelling thing that I get every day from this is just the testimonials. And like some of the other doctors have said, it's just such an incredible opportunity for people to be part of the healing process, and for the amount of effort that we've put in as doctors to be able to help people. For you to be able to walk around with this in the palm of your hand, it's just an incredible, incredible blessing for you all to be able to help people like this. Because I can tell you, I know what it's like to get results like we see on the patch in my practice. Without the patch, it's a lot of work and effort, and it isn't just $100 a month. So when people pass this up, who I recommend it to, I just think they're totally nuts. They have no idea what they're missing. So enjoy it. Be glad that you got on board.
Very great. Dr. Fitch?
The best way I can say is that this is the most affordable, sexiest, easiest way to get into the stem cell world. So for as low as $99 a month, you turning your stem cells back on, carrying the sun around in your pocket to just wake your body up is just an amazing ability. Medicine will always be there to save the farm, to save the body from completely crashing, but that's not the state that most of us operate in. Most of us operate in a state of chronic inflammation day by day, and we need some kind of chronic ability to combat and buffer against that. And this is by far one of the easiest and most transparent ways to do it.
Thank you, Dr. Fitch. Dr. Joe, last words.
I just think this is the most remarkable opportunity that's ever come along in my lifetime to this point, for your health, for your finances. If you choose to work it as a business. I got both my boys involved because they're just finishing up their college careers, and I told them this is better than a 401k or a Roth IRA. I've heard you say, Danny, it's like buying stock in Walmart in 1980. I think it's better than that. I think there's no comparison. And for those that are just willing to try it, they're not going to be disappointed, and they're going to quickly want to share it with others. So I share that piece with almost everyone that I introduced the patch to.
Fantastic. That was well said. Appreciate you, Dr. Joe.
So what's amazing about this is that obviously you hear Dr. We could go on and on and on about this, but one thing we do recommend is go to thisisatinfo.com. When you go to thisisatinfo, at the very top there, they basically have the testimonials, the case studies, but you can also click on one second, that's just the case studies and the whatever, I can't see it. So, but actually got the testimonies up here. So you can scroll through the site, see all the information we've been talking about, even go more of a deeper dive. On the very bottom, it's got medical doctor section. And so one of the things I recommend, clicking on the testimonials, you see all these different words and verbiages and basically things that people are being helped with. And you can hear from other people and watch a bunch of different testimonials. So one of the things that we want to do is obviously talk a little bit more about the company.
Yeah, so when we found out about the product, we didn't really know much about the company. And then we soon found out that the company was already a 20-year-old company. This was 2023, round about then. And they're open in 75 countries. So this product is available in 75 plus countries, in fact. And, you know, the company was sitting at $20 million US in revenue before the product was patented, before that patent came out. And since the release of the patent, the registration of the patent, I should say, the company has grown astronomically in revenue. You can see it went from 20 million US to 320 million US dollars in 2022, 430 million US dollars in 2023, in 2024, 600 million US dollars, and we pushed for $1 billion in 2025. We're still waiting for the release of the figures. So I know it's very, very close to $1 billion, could have just hit $1 billion and over, but we're waiting for that. And I'm excited to see where this company goes this year, you know. So we took advantage of this, you know, before we even knew these figures existed, before we even knew where this was going to go. And so we hope and trust, you know, that if you're seeing this for the first time, it's for health purposes, you know, it's just going to bless a lot of people with their challenges, but there is also the opportunity for financial blessing. And, you know, those two go hand in hand. A lot of people have no money, and what is the problem? Stress, anxiety, and that causes, ask the doctors, they'll tell you, it causes inflammation, causes sickness. So we were really excited when we saw this.
Yeah, the same doctor said, you know, this is the sexiest way. And I said, he called us sexy. But he talked about, again, people live in a state of chronic inflammation. And this is obviously a huge thing. So also the company itself is the #1 in momentum, has grown by leaps and bounds. So LifeWave is ranked by, once again, businessforhome.org, talking about #1 company. We just won the LifeWave, you know, the 2025 Biotech Breakthrough Award. We've been telling people all the time, this is the greatest breakthrough in the medical industry in the field of regenerative medicine ever. Well, now we just won an award, you know, for basically LifeWave product wins the Stem Cell Innovation of the Year in 2025 Biotech Breakthrough Awards program. So thousands of nominations from all over, you know, all over the world, 15 different countries. Again, we won this award because the product is phenomenal. So again, we want to talk to you a little bit more about duplication. We want to talk to you a little bit more about how you can actually duplicate your efforts, because J. Paul Getty was the first U.S. billionaire, if you know that, but he was the first U.S. billionaire. He said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. And so we're going to talk about specifically, you know, how to duplicate, you know, this. So what we do is we really want to talk to you mostly about right now, the next few minutes is really what's most important in your life. Because if you're looking at this from a business standpoint, or if he's like, hey, I may be interested in making some money from this, because my whole thing is I like for you to get the product for free, right? Because I always tell people, would you rather pay retail or wholesale, or would you rather get the product for free? Well, we can get you at the wholesale price, and you have a way to get the product for free. Basically, you can earn enough by referring people to get it for free. But when you start thinking about if you could actually earn a lot more money, now for you, whatever that number is, once again, we can't guarantee anything. We can't guarantee any income in this business. We can't guarantee one penny, but we can guarantee that there's a system that we work with you that can help you learn what to do, how to do it, and actually start helping other people. And in that process, you can start earning extra money. But for you, what's really important in your life? Is it family time? For us, that's the one thing we just did. My wife was in South Africa for 2 months, November and December. I was there for basically the 3 weeks of the last 3 weeks of the year. Got a chance to do that because we had a chance to do this. So that was something for us to be able to spend time with her family there in South Africa, my family here. I was able to fly up to Michigan to spend time with my dad and my brother, and his kids, or his daughter and wife, basically for Thanksgiving. And so these are different things we get a chance to do. So that's a big thing for you. Is family important to you? Once again, is security important to you? That's something for us very important. In fact, they said the number one need of a woman is security. And that's, again, not my studies, that's from books that I've read. And they talk about, they said, obviously protection from a physical standpoint, but then also security from a financial standpoint. How about travel? The one thing that, I was looking at the amount of travel that we've done the past couple of years, it has been amazing. Some people, they basically work 50 weeks a year to basically get 2 weeks off. Some people work 51 weeks to get 2 weeks off. Some people get a little bit more. The company that I work for, prior to this business, actually, I get 4 weeks a year. I had 3 weeks of vacation after working for them for 9 years. And then I also had 1 week of personal time that I could use. But still, it never seemed to be enough. And they never wanted me to take it all at the same time. But in this business, we've been able to travel all around the world. In fact, the 2024, we actually spent 4 months traveling. And last year, we spent about 3.5 months traveling. So if you like that idea, great. If you don't, that's fine too.
And we already have like 5 trips coming up. So.
Yeah, and a lot of them are paid for by the company. We'll talk about that in a second. So if you like that idea of travel, where would you want to travel to? If we could give you tickets anywhere, where would you want to go? Some people say, I'd just like to go visit the country that I live in. A lot of people here in Florida, they say, I'd like to be able to go to the mountains, or I'd like to go to California. I'd like to go to, Mexico, or go wherever. A lot of people, the dream is to go to Europe. Some people say, I'd love to go to Italy, whatever you want to do. But if you had the time and the money to do that, would you be interested in traveling, right? How about better health? And I'm talking about truly optimal health, like Manda was talking about before, complete state of physical, mental and social well-being. And again, not only from a better health standpoint, but once again, from being able to help other people with better health. Be able to have your family members traveling with you or doing whatever, being better health. I'm sure most of you people are already thinking of people that have some challenges this could benefit, right? How about less debt? How about zero debt? You pick the number, whatever you want to do, but just being able to get that money monkey off your back, so being able to have more money than month. A lot of people have more month than money at this point, and now they're racking up credit cards and stuff like that. So how about less debt? But whatever it is for you, I know the one thing for me was I wanted to be a full-time husband and a full-time dad and a part-time business owner. So that was something I was able to achieve through this business, but we can't guarantee that for you. But if you like that idea of being independent, that's something that you can potentially accomplish, which is what we do. Again, we can't promise anything, but I want you to really think about that. What would you do? How would your life change if you had a lot more money coming in, right? We're going to talk a little bit about this. So you want to talk a little bit about this?
So, we spoke about the system, but it all revolves around what happens if you are duplicating the system. And so there is this compensation plan. Some of you that have been involved for us within the last few months or within the last year, you realize that, there's a weekly payout. Well, how does that work? It's because you are getting your product and then you're sharing with people, because it's too good not to share, right? And so we talk about a binary compensation plan, which means binary means 2. So it's a left team and a right team. And that's what we do. We build teams. We build teams of people. And how do we build teams? We just go out and share. We have lots of numbers in our phone and we get excited about what this product can do for people. And so we're going to share it with them. And when we share, we get paid out. So we place people on a left team and a right team and keep doing the same thing. That's so simple.
Yep.
Nobody went to law school to get a degree to do this. They just listen to what they need to do, and everybody can do it, So as we start placing people left team, right team, and then we help them do left team, right team, you can see there are these paid ranks and they keep going up, and on the binary payout, you start getting paid when you hit this 3-star manager. And we will explain a little more what 3-star manager means. But so that really is the first, it's good to hit 1-star, 2-star manager, but where you start seeing more happen for you, if you want these kind of payouts, and these are max payouts per week.
Yep.
So it's not like, oh, well, you become that 3-star manager, talk to a few people, you're going to get $1,500 per week.
No.
We're not saying that. We're saying you it's a max payout that you can earn at that level. But you see, as you go down the ranks, the max payout gets better and better and better. So the whole thing is talk to a lot of people.
Yeah.
The more people you talk to, the more people they are going to talk to, and then the more you can make on your weekly binary payouts.
Yeah, and it's getting started is as easy as placing, friends on the, acquaintances on the left and the right. And so we're going to kind of break that down for you. But in just this one way, this is one of 9 ways that we can actually earn money. So this one way you can earn up to $25,000 a week. So we can't make any guarantees, but we've been able to benefit from this in a big way, which is huge. But once again, our goal is to help other people do the same. So how do you get started? Well, you get started basically by developing a team. So how you get started is the first one, we want to help people become 1-star manager. And becoming 1-star manager, you put one on the left and one on the right. We call it out of the gate in 48. So within 48 hours, we're going to help you talk to some people, and you're going to find someone. It could be a sister, and this could be your best friend, right? You never know what the people are going to get involved. You might have to talk to 10 people or 3 people or 17. I have no idea, but you're going to find some people that are interested. So we want to help you within 48 hours find 2 people. By doing that, they give you an additional bonus of $25 a week for 9 weeks as long as these people stay active. And it's pretty simple. You just buy the product. So what happens here by doing that, now that $25 a week starts growing. But then what we want to do is then be within a week, we want to be another left and right by Monday night. So it's Monday night now. So within a week, we want to help you first get 2 people. And then by Monday next week, we want to put another one left, another one right. This could be another sibling. This could be another good friend of yours, right? It could be a neighbor. It could be a coworker. It could be whatever. But all of a sudden you start sharing with people, and we basically will talk to them with you, or the person who invited you will talk to them, because you may not know what to say. You say, I just saw this great product and it looks really good. I said, I think that you may have some interest in from a product or business standpoint. Now you can make up to $50 a week. So by doing that, this is a temporary bonus, but it's short term. But to me, I look at that, that's $200 a month for the first few months, which is pretty great. But that's why we want to help people get started right away. Now the next one, again, we're not highlighting all 9, but we're just highlighting like really 3 areas. But the next one is the one that blew me away. And this is what Matt and I both got really excited.
Yeah, we got excited about the fact that there is also this potential to make a lot more, okay? And it's one of the 9 ways, and we get paid off of our generations. So when we talk to, like Ken, well, let's start with Joyce. So Joyce Johnson decided that she was going to her and Wayne were going to get involved. They had a great result, and they went out and started to share with their friends. And they shared with Ken and Diana, who a lot of you know are our personal sponsors in this opportunity. And Ken and Diana would be first generation to Joyce and Wayne. And you'll see that you start to earn off your different generations, but the higher you go up your scale of ranking, the more percentage you get paid out, okay? Then we decided we were going to get started. We are second generation to Joyce and to Wayne, and when they start to hit different ranks, Joyce and Wayne get percentages of what we are doing, okay? And then we spoke to who do we speak to that's on here?
A lot of people
A lot of you on here have heard from us, okay?
Yeah,
so
persons.
Carmen, for instance, we spoke with Carmen. She would be third generation to Joyce and Wayne. And anybody who we've spoken to personally, Brenda, third generation to Joyce and Wayne. And Joyce and Wayne are getting paid percentages of what they're doing on a weekly basis. But you can see they get paid up to the 6th generation.
Yep.
And you know what? Maxing out at $20,000 per week, eventually per person. Per person. I mean, that is amazing. So I don't know anybody who's saying no to this unless they don't understand it. Maybe it's an understanding issue, but there is a lot of potential here. Like we've said previously, we need to keep reminding people, nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you do not open your mouth and share, you're not going to see these type of percentage payouts. It's all about sharing, and how many people are you going to share with?
Yep. And so what's interesting, there's 1, 2, 3-star manager, 1, 2, 3-star director, and it grows from there, all the 1, 2, 3-star, presidential. And so generation 1, you can sponsor as many people as you want. On the left, on the right, as you're building them down, you put personals in there by doing that. So we've personally sponsored over 200 people personally because it's unlimited. And again, we're still sponsoring people. I just got someone signed up on Saturday. So you can bring as many people as you want. Now let's use an example that say there's 10 people. That could be 3. We pick the number. Say there's 10 people here that you basically got started, and now you got 10 people people here, and you're basically getting paid off what they're based upon their volume they're doing. Now imagine each of these 10 people find 10. Now this generation 2 is 100, so now you got 110 people, right? Now imagine if these 10 people found 10. Now is it going to happen that way? No, but I just want to give you an idea of the concept of this and what can happen.
And
So this
everybody's-
goes to 1,000 and 10,000, and you know,
Everybody's
yeah.
just doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Duplication.
Yep. And so that 3% down here doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it's on a massive volume. And so that's the part that you start thinking about it, and you can earn up to, like I said, up to $20,000 per person per week. Now it's a 5 to 10 year program to do something like that. But when you think about it from a standpoint, it's possible. And that's the way I look at that. And that's over $1 million per person that you could earn. So again, is this a business you can earn a lot of money? Yes. But for you, just break it down to say, if we can help you make it even an extra $1,000 a month, an extra 20,000 Rand a week. It's actually, now it's like 17,000 Rand a week, because the way the numbers are, the Rands are actually getting stronger. But if you understand that number, if we can help you make an extra 20,000 Rand a month, or about $1,000 a month, would that be helpful to you and your family at this point? If we could help you make an extra $1,000 a week or 20,000 a week, would that be helpful to you and your family? So just keep that in mind. So go ahead.
So, you know, a lot of us have been involved in conventional business or are still in conventional business. And there's, you know, you got to weigh it up. Like, what is the difference, you know, LifeWave business as opposed to conventional business? Well, conventional business, from my experience, very, very high startup costs, very high, and monthly overheads. And whereas LifeWave business, low startup costs, we're seeing that a lot more people can participate. Conventional business, high risk.
Yeah.
LifeWave business, no risk, because there are people who've already put the system together. They're showing us how to do it. And all we did was plug in and do exactly what they did. Long hours because it depends entirely on you, your effort alone.
Yep.
LifeWave business, it is a team effort, and we make our own schedule. We don't have anybody telling us when to start, when to stop. We decide that Monday I can take this amount of time and work with people, and the rest you can do your thing and spend time with your children you're a stay-at-home mom. You spend the time there. Trial and error in conventional business. Oh, well, I'm going to try. Let's see if my business is going to work. Whereas we have a proven system here, and we see it working if people implement and execute on the system. Limited earning potential with conventional business. Like I said, it depends entirely on you, your own hours, your own effort. Whereas life business, unlimited earning potential, because it depends on the team effort.
Yeah, and so what's interesting about the trial and error, they said the average company takes 5 to 7 years to develop a system that creates consistency with the company. We've got a proven system that's decades old. So you know, LifeWave makes no promises or guarantees, you know, regarding the income. The success or failure of each LifeWave brand partner is based upon basically them. So we can't guarantee anything. We want to make sure that you understand it's your time, your effort, and we want to make sure that you understand that it's going to take time to do this, just like anything else. But if you're willing to put the time in, the best part is you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So how do you get started? It's pretty simple. So we get started very simply by basically just buying some product. So there's an application basically to place an order for the product that allows you to become a brand partner. As a brand partner, I said, well, you get the product at wholesale. So when I ask people, I say, would you rather pay retail or would you rather pay wholesale? I still had nobody say, I want to pay retail. I want to pay retail. Most people say, okay, what's wholesale again? I said, it's a better price. Well, yeah, I want to pay at a better price. Then I said, would you like the opportunity to get your products for free, where you basically can earn money to basically offset the costs? And people are like, yeah, how does that work? So it's pretty simple. There's really 4 different packages to get started. You can pick whatever package you want, but there's more benefits on certain packages. So a core is basically where some people say, I just want to try the product. You basically now get it for, instead of $150 for a 30-day supply, because a sleeve is 30 patches in here for a 1 month supply. And then what happens in basically when you get 3 is it's really a 90-day supply for one person, or if it was like my wife and myself, it would be basically a month and a half worth, or really 2 months of, a month and a half of patches, 90 days, so 45 patches each. So that gets you a price of less than $100. But when I saw the other one with the advanced, because with the advanced, this is where you can start really making some significant money. Once again, by doing this, and once again, the advanced is where you get 6 sleeves for less than $90 a sleeve. So it's even less money. So $535 for 6 sleeves. Then the advanced plus, you get actually more sleeves and even a better price. And so what happens is that the premium is what we did. We said, what's the biggest package? I want to basically do this, because my friend Ken said to me, he said, imagine a field, 10,000 acres of land, that's ready. The soil's ready. It's good to go. You just need seed. How much seed do you want? I said, give me truckloads. We're going to have a harvest, right? So we just said, whatever the biggest package is, that's what we want to do. Not because we could just buy the product, just we want to keep 20 packs for ourselves, or 20 sleeves for ourselves. What they recommended, Steve and Gina recommended, say, okay, Greg, and we know you want to build a big business. What we would suggest, the easiest, most duplicatable thing, we're talking about duplication again, is that you get the package yourself. And when someone wants to sign up, someone who's local to you, if it's one of our neighbors just over, she's a brand partner of ours. We said, hey, if it's a neighbor or a friend or family in the local area, we basically say, tell you what we'll do. When you register, we'll lend you one of our sleeves and you can start using the product right away. That way we open the packet up, they can put the patch on and start using it that day instead of waiting 5 to 7 days for it to be delivered in the mail. I said, you want to start today, right? They're like, yes, of course. And then when your product comes in, just give us one back. We call it place and replace. So we just place and replace, place and replace, place and replace. For us personally, this is our story. We can't guarantee this for anybody, but literally the very first month, within 2.5 weeks, we made this money back. How did we do that? Was because when you register people, you also earn some money by registering some people. So we register people on the premium, on the advanced, also on the core. So what happened here, we started making our money back. Our first month, we made almost $3,000. Now, we're not making any income claims. We're just telling you what happened for us. We've had people that make more than that. We've had people that have made nothing their first month. So everybody is different, but we work with you to help you make as much as you want. If you like that idea, we'll tell you the same strategy that we did. We recommend getting a package you get and then start placing or replacing with people, talking to a lot of people, and the doors are open. And then we also want to set you up so you automatically start getting product on a regular basis. You want to continue getting the benefits of this, and that literally is how things start happening, and your business will grow around the world. Today, we have business in over 40 countries around the world because of people who talk to people, who talk to people, who talk to people, and it's very, very exciting. So to kind of wrap up, we'll talk about the team and then we're done.
So we shared a little bit about the thisisit.info.com website, which a lot of you have seen. So you want to take that down. If you haven't seen it, go and research as much as you want. It's all on there. We don't become the information. We just are the messengers, okay, giving a message. It's all there. And we give the same thing to doctors, the same thing to stay-at-home moms. They get all the same information. And then if you say, you know what, I'm excited about the opportunity as well, and I want to learn a little more, well, there's a website for that too. And it's all free. You're not paying anything for it. It's already put together. It has all the information. I just heard from someone this morning who's taken a look at the website, and they said, oh my gosh, this is really well put together. It's got all the information I need. And, there's everything there about the structure of, how to get to 1-star manager, 2-star manager, small bite tutorials, like a few minutes each, where you can learn very easily. And then also how you get paid, how you set up your e-wallets and things like that. So there's everything there. It's, for me, it was like a textbook. You go to college, you go to university, you get a lot of textbooks to read.
Or even a job.
And if you don't read them, you're not going to pass the test. So I make sure that I read what's on the website, because this is a way we want to get out of the gate in 48, right? So excited that you don't have to put any more money out of your pocket, except get this so that you can start experiencing it.
And that's one thing I'll explain. We've got the biggest package, and then basically we're on 2 months two sleeve auto ship per month. So our monthly expense, basically from a business standpoint, is $200 a month. Now, we have an expensive time that we put time into it and stuff like that, but that's what you got to think about as any kind of business. You got to do that too, but it's pretty amazing. So once again, right now it's basically your time to make a move. If you say, hey, this sounds amazing, this is something I'd like to take advantage of. If you're serious about your dreams, if you start thinking about, wow, what would life be like if, right? And then once again, there is hope for your future. So we want to tell people all the time that we're here to help. We mentor people. We're being mentored by the top people on the team with Steve and Gina Merritt and Ken and Diana Burke, that basically have hit the highest ranks in the company. And we hit the highest rank in the company because of the mentorship and the training. So if we can do it, you know what? I don't see why anybody else can't as well. So our whole goal here is really to help you understand this. So the last thing I'm going to mention to you, if you like the idea of traveling, the company itself has right now in North America, they basically have a trip to Honolulu, Hawaii. If you're in Europe, you're going to get a chance to go to Budapest, Hungary, which is amazing, which, I mean, I want to go on that trip too. So we got people on our team that are qualifying for that. We're qualifying for Honolulu. We got people on our team already that have qualified for this trip. But again, if you like the idea, this is just one trip. We've been on, this would be our 9th trip that we've qualified for. We've had 8 of the trips in the past 2 years that we've qualified for. This will be actually our 9th trip to qualify for. We just qualified for a cruise. And again, all kinds of things. If you like the idea of travel and having someone else take care of the expenses, it's kind of a cool thing. So again, that's pretty much it. I don't want to go over more details. Oh, well, I do have Budapest in here. So Budapest, once again, is an amazing place. You're going to stay at one of the top hotels in the whole country. They're known for their spa there. So spa treatments, I would recommend. So it's gonna be absolutely amazing. So again, we want to make sure you understand that this is an opportunity of a lifetime. If you're interested, great. If not, that's fine too. I just want to make sure that you always say there's really 3 types of people out there. When they see an opportunity like this, the first one, they make it happen. They're the people like us that say, you know what, we're going to make this happen. We're going to help people. The second kind of people say, no, they sit back and they kind of watch it happen. You don't want to be that person. I'm just telling you right now. And the third person is like, what happened? Because they don't even know about it. We want you to, you're number 1 or number 2. You say, I'm either, I'm going to make it happen or we're going to watch it happen. I would say make it happen because the results are absolutely phenomenal. So I don't know if you want to wrap up anything else.
Yeah, just get back with the person that invited you. If you have any questions, let them know. And we're here to help as well. But don't let this pass you by. It's too good not to share.
Absolutely. So again, we appreciate everybody getting on here. And if people couldn't make it, this has been recorded, so we can send you the link to this. And we're super excited that we got people coming in for a convention that's coming up. Actually, this weekend is actually in Las Vegas, and 99.9% people are going to be watching it virtually.
So yeah, that's
thousands
another
and thousands
thing.
and thousands
There
of people.
is an event.
Yes.
If you don't have a virtual ticket, you want to get the information that's
Yes.
going to be shared. And I believe it's still a discounted price. We're just trying to figure out what price it is right now. But do get back with the person that invited you, ask them all about that, and they'll make sure you get a ticket.
Absolutely. So again, we're super excited. So Happy New Year. We tell people, make this the best year ever. It really is. Our last year was our best year we've ever had. The year before was the best year prior to that. And this year is going to exceedingly abundantly do all of them. So again, great seeing everybody. Happy New Year. We look forward to seeing you. If you're available to jump on, we send a link out to some of you that basically there's a next level meeting that for people who want to take the business to the next level and hit the different levels we talked about. We're going to be teaching on that. So Joyce, great seeing you. Mrs. Johnson.
It's always good.
So it's always great seeing everybody on here. Great to see Joan and see
And Linda, Happy New
Bobby.
Year.
Great to see you, everybody here. It's so amazing. Obviously Linda, I think she was with work. We got Trudy and Abby. I mean Rose. Great to see you. Everybody else. Hannah.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year, everybody. So
Make it a great year.
And we're super excited. We're going to see Brendan actually he's coming to the United States. Him and his girlfriend are flying in the next couple of days. So we're going to be
All the way
spending some
from
time-
South Africa.
All the way from South Africa. It's going to be fun spending some time together. So bless you guys. We'll see you on the next little meeting in a few minutes. Have a
Thank
blessed
you.
day. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You're amazing.
You're amazing too.
Oh, hey.
I love the scarf. That's amazing. I can
Yeah,
guarantee
I'm
it's
about
colder
to.
than
I'm
here in
about
Florida.
to. I'm about to go outside in minus 23. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Minus
Yeah.
23.
I think we're probably
Yeah.
23. We're like 46-degree difference. That's in Celsius, yeah. So bless you. Well, we'll see you just a little bit. Awesome.